Advent of Code, Christmas Day. Okay, so what are we doing with these grids? Okay, pins. Without overlapping in any column. Oh, okay. 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 Um, uh, fit together without overlapping. I'm going to assume that this means, okay. Um, uh, uh, we're gonna try that. Nope, didn't work. Why not? All the columns fit. What am I doing wrong? Um, right. Fine. What if it doesn't need to fully break? Or fully... Holy cow, that's so stupid. That feels low. Yeah. Okay, so in this example, or is it, it's probably supposed to be that. 3, okay. Yeah, okay. I almost certainly missed the leaderboard here. Yep, I missed it. Um, without those bugs, I would have made it. I would have made it. Oh, that hurts. Maybe I would have made it. That's 412. Well, that was 412 after some bugs. And I am assuming here that this is not correct, and it is. Yeah, dumb bugs. Okay. Well, that's how it goes. I did double check. Oh yeah, my first answer would have beaten that. Wouldn't have beaten that, but that was after some bugs. Oh well. So this makes this the first year that I don't have a single leaderboard point, which, yeah, feels bad. Um, Obviously, as we all know, there are other factors in play uh, that contributed this year just to the difficulty of getting on the leaderboard at all. But there were definitely days, today's a prime example, and yesterday where I could have gotten on the leaderboard if I were just quicker and didn't make as many mistakes. Um, but it is what it is. I will have to be back next year to try to get back on the leaderboard. Um, and also not delete the wrong lines there. There we go. Um, so, yeah, let's just quickly talk about this problem. So we've got a whole bunch of grids, and we have seen before, I have a fixed grid parsing library, which is very nice and made parsing this input very, very quick. And we've got different grids here. If they have something on the top row, that means it's going to be a lock. And if they don't have something on the top row, if they don't have a pound on the top row, then they must have a dot. And consequently, have a pound on the bottom row, making it a key. So we just need to go through, parse all the locks, parse all the keys, and then for each lock and for each key, check which ones can overlap and which ones don't overlap. And the ones that don't overlap are good. And oh, if I had looked closer at that right there, that actually was the case, then I messed up. Initially, what I was thinking, and this happens because I was speedrunning, I was thinking that, oh, we actually need the lock and the key to fit exactly, where the shape just perfectly matches. You line them up, and there's no gaps at all. So like this lock and this key, which would have been great, but no, we are actually allowed some dead space. This lock has no depth. This key has depth. And you add those together, you do not get 5. So we actually have a gap here of 2. The code I originally had, it was checking to make sure there's no gaps, and that's not going to be correct. But yeah, I mean, this code is actually relatively simple. I didn't bother computing this because I don't care what the key signature is and the lock signature. It doesn't actually matter. I can just look at each coordinate in the grid, and for each coordinate in the grid, look at the value in the lock and in the key. If both of them are a pound, then they overlap. This is not a good match, and so I'm not going to add to the answer. But if we survive checking every single coordinate, and we do not see a double pound on the lock and pound on the key, then we are good, and we'll add 1 to the answer. So pretty simple. Never computed this because, yeah, I don't care. So yeah, at least I wasn't too long. I was still 144th overall, and you may have noticed that actually when I submitted part 1, my script automatically submitted. I mean, it said there's no part 2 for Christmas. It didn't even print out here the text for the part 2 submission, but it did that automatically because for Christmas Day we never have a part 2. So, those milliseconds matter. Yeah. If I had not had that one bug, I would have just eked into the overall leaderboard, not for part 1, but for part 2, because I would have been 412, so I would have been 86th. Yeah, so I made a bad guess. I didn't verify my guess, Verifying my guess, I would have had 20 seconds. I'm sure I could have done that in 20 seconds. But alas, that's how it goes. So that's it from me for this year. So Merry Christmas, everybody. And yeah, we'll see if I do this next year. We'll see what happens with the leaderboards next year. I hope there's some community leaderboard that's run with better vetting because yeah, this feels bad. If we look back historically, I've not only gotten points, but I've always gotten hundreds of points for all the years I participated. We can just double check. 2022, I was insane. 2022 is definitely an outlier. So this first year was in Go. I still broke 100 points. Second year, even more. I think it was actually, aside from 2022, generally in the 500s. Yeah, 2022, frankly, I don't know how that happened. 2023, also 500s. 2024 actually is this year, which I already had open. Yeah, so, oh well, it is what it is. And that's it for me for this year. So thanks for joining me. I don't even remember which day I started, 7 or 8, doing these recordings. I make no promises about being back next year. But yeah, that's it for me. Merry Christmas.